Namaskar friends, welcome to GS Webs and welcome to my new channel. In this channel, we will discuss the GS and English part of a MCQ. Okay, if you like my channel and my video, please like and subscribe my channel and please share with your friends. Okay, today we will discuss the modern history MCQ. Modern modern history MCQ starting from the INC, Indian National Congress. Okay, so let's come to first question. The first question is INC was formed during the time of which Viceroy of India? INC was formed during the time of which Viceroy of India? That means when the INC was formed on that time, who was the Viceroy of India? Was the Viceroy of India? And the answer is Lord Dufferin. Lord Dufferin. Lord Dufferin was the Viceroy of India when the Indian National Congress was formed. Key facts of INC: year of formation is 1885, December 1885. Okay. The founder of INC was Alan Octavian Hume, A.O. Hume. The first president of INC was Umesh Chandra Banerjee. The first president of INC, Umesh Chandra Banerjee or WC Banerjee. ठीक ଅଛି. And the place is Pune. Place is Pune. Gokuldas Teshpal Sanskrit Mahavidyalaya, which is at Pune. Sorry, not Pune. Earlier it was decided to hold Pune, but later shifted to Bombay. ठीक है. Next question: for the on which session of INC was presided by a Muslim president? Presided by a Muslim president. Or you can say that the first Muslim president of INC. First Muslim president of INC. And the answer is Madras session in 1887. The third session of INC held in Madras in 1887. President was Badruddin Tayaji, Syed Badruddin Tayaji, who was the first Muslim president of INC. Syed Badruddin Tayaji. Okay. Next question is, for the first time, by which act Viceroy of India was empowered to issue ordinance? Viceroy of India was empowered to issue ordinance. And the answer is Indian Council Act 1861. By the Indian Council Act 1861, the Viceroy of India was empowered to issue ordinance for the first time in India. Okay. And the maximum life of an ordinance on that time is only for 6 months. Yeah. The ordinance were temporary and typically remained in force for a maximum of 6 years. Okay. The Act of 1861 also initiated the portfolio system, giving individual members of the council charge of separate departments, which is known as Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers, Article 74 of Indian Constitution. Next is among following which act ended double government system, Court of Auditors and Board of Control. This system is brought in East India Act 1784, but it was ended by Government of India Act 1858. The act ended the double government system, abolishing Court of Auditors and Board of Control was the Government of India Act 1858. Change in rule, the transfer of the powers of the British East India Company directly to the British Crown, or you can say that by which act, through this act, the power is transferred from East India Company to British Queen. Okay, the Board of Control and Court of Auditors were replaced by the Secretary of State for India, who was assisted by a 15-member Council of India. Okay, and Lord Stanley was the first Secretary of State for India. Stanley. Next question is, on which session of INC Dadabhai Naroji demanded Swaraj? First time Naroji demanded Swaraj. On which session? The Calcutta session 1906. Dadabhai Naroji demanded Swaraj, or means self-government, during the 1906 Calcutta session of the Indian National Congress. Remember, the Swaraj means self-government. Later in 1916, B.G. Tilak demanded Swaraj is my bastard and I shall have it. But 1929, Jawaharlal Nehru demanded Swaraj means Purno Swaraj, complete independence. Purno Swaraj, complete independence. It is all about Swaraj. Next question is when Mangal Pandey was hanged. Mangal Pandey was hanged. Answer is 8th April 1957. 8th April 1947. Later that time, for this incident, Sipai Mutiny was happened. Sipai Mutiny, 1857. It is known as the First War of Independence. First War of Independence. Sipai Mutiny. Mangal Pandey. Next question is which was the first state to annexed by doctrine of lapse? Which was the first state to be annexed by doctrine of lapse? And answer is Satara, 1848. 1848. The Satara to be annexed under doctrine of lapse in 1848. So, what is doctrine of lapse? The doctrine of lapse started by Governor General of India, Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie in 1848. Dalhousie says that any princely state under British sovereignty would be annexed if the ruler died without a biological male successor. Ruler died without a biological male successor. Okay, Maharaja Appa Sahib died without a natural male heir. He was belong from Satara. Satara. Next question is who is known as the Grand Old Man of India? Grand Old Man of India. Answer is Dadabhai Naroji. Dadabhai Naroji. Dadabhai Naroji, known as the Grand Old Man of India, he gave drain of wealth theory, for which World Commission was formed to inquire this matter. Okay, and Naroji demanded Swaraj for the first time in 1906. Demanded Swaraj. This theory, drain of wealth theory, basically says about how the Indian wealth drains into the British. How British exploited us. Next question is who was not a part of our moderates of INC. As you know, INC has 3 sections: moderate, then extremist, then Gandhian era. Moderate era was 1885 to 1905. Extremist era was 1906 to 1915. Gandhian era was 1916 to 1947. Here the question is who was not part of a moderate section of INC. So answer is W.C. Banerjee was moderate, Gopala Vishnu was moderate, but Aurobindo Ghosh was not moderate. Okay, he was from extremist section. In extremist, Aurobindo Ghosh and Lal, Bal, Pal. These are the 4 from extremist section. Okay. Remember, these extremist and moderate were divided in Surat split, Surat session of INC in 1907 for controversy over presidency. Okay. Next question is who founded the Indian Association? Indian Association in 1876. Who founded the Indian Association in 1876? And the answer is Surendranath Banerjee. The Indian Association was founded by Surendranath Banerjee and Anand Mohan Bose in July 26, 1876, and the headquarters was in Calcutta. Now Kolkata. Objective. What is the objective? To promote political, intellectual, and material advancement of the Indian people during the Indian freedom struggle. Okay. Next question is who started Indian Home Rule League in the USA 1916? Not India, in USA. You know, Indian Home Rule League in India was started by Annie Besant in 1960. But question is in USA. The answer is Lala Lajpat Rai. He was in Newark. Started in Newark. Okay. Indian Home Rule League of America was founded by Lala Lajpat Rai in Newark City in 1916. But in India, it was started by Annie Besant. Annie Besant and was started from Madras. Started from Madras. Remember this point. Next question is what was the cause of Surat split? Surat split in 1907. Okay. Here in Surat session of INC, extremists and moderate were separated or were separated. Here the question is what was the cause? What are the main cause of Surat split? The main cause was controversy over presidency. The answer is the presidential dispute. A major immediate conflict arose over the choice of the Congress president for the Surat session. The extremists wanted Lala Lajpat Rai, but the moderates forced the selection of Rosbiari Bose. Okay, so the extremists were resigned from INC. In 1907, extremists were resigned from INC. For the first time, extremists wanted to hold the presidency of INC, and extremists demanded Lala Lajpat Rai should be the president of INC, but moderate demanded no, Rosbiari Ghosh should be the president of INC. Next question is when for the first time separate electorate was granted to Muslims. When for the first time separate electorate was granted to Muslims, and the answer is through Mullah Minto reform 1909. Separate electorate were granted to Muslims or the Muslim League. The Muslim League for the first time in 1909 under the Mullah Minto reform, also known as the Indian Council Act of 1909. Okay, and the Muslim League was formed in 1906. Next question is where was the headquarters of the Home Rule League that was started by Annie Besant? Where was the headquarters of the Muslim League that was started by the Annie Besant? The headquarters of the All India Home Rule League started by Annie Besant in September 1916 was located in Adyar, Madras, now Chennai. And remember, the secretary was George Arun Dale. George Arun Dale was the secretary of Home Rule League, which was started by Annie Besant. Remember, another Home Rule League was started by B.G. Tilak. B.G. Tilak in the same year, 1916. But it was started by B.G. Tilak, but in Pune. Okay. Next question is which committee was appointed to inquire the Jallianwala massacre, which was happened in 1919, April 13, 1919. Okay, the committee was a Hunter committee was appointed to inquire the Jallianwala massacre. It was located in Punjab. On that day in Punjab, on that day is celebrated as Baisakhi Day. Okay, the Hunter Committee, officially known as the Disorders Inquiry Committee, was appointed to investigate the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Important facts: the important date was October 14, 1919. The committee was formed, appointed by Government of India, British Chairman Lord William Hunter. Chairman was Lord William Hunter. Next question is who is called as Deshbandhu? Who is called as Deshbandhu? Answer is C.R. Das, Chittaranjan Das. Chittaranjan Das is called as Deshbandhu. Key facts: the title Deshbandhu translates to friend of the nation. To friend of the nation in Bengali and Hindi. Role: what is the role? He was a prominent lawyer, Indian freedom fighter, and a political leader. Achievement: he founded the Swaraj Party in 1923 alongside Motilal Nehru. means in Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das founded Swaraj Party in 1923 after the Goya session of Indian National Congress 1922. Goya session. After the Goya session. Here INC was fractured into no changers and pro changers. Pro changers. Okay. Next question is when Dandi March was started. When Dandi March was started by Gandhiji. Dandi March. Dandi March. This question is belong from civil disobedience movement. Civil disobedience movement of Mahatma Gandhi, which was held in 1930 against the British law, British Salt Act. British Salt Act 1882. In 1882, British gave an act which is known as the British Salt Act. The Dandi March was started by Mahatma Gandhi on March 12, 1913. Key facts about Dandi March. Start date was March 12, 1930. End date April 6, 1930. Starting point was Sabarmati Ashram. Destination was Dandi. Total distance around 240 miles or 385 km. Main purpose was to protest the British salt monopoly or protest against the British Salt Act 1882. Remember this point. Next question is INC participated only on which roundtable conference? INC participated only on which roundtable conference? The answer is second roundtable conference. INC participated only in the second roundtable conference. The second roundtable conference was held in London from September to December 1931. Representative Mahatma Gandhi attended this conference as the sole representative of INC. Remember, Sarojini Naidu was the representative from women section, and B.R. Ambedkar was the representative from Dalits or backwards. Remember. Next question is who signed the Pune Pact with B.R. Ambedkar on behalf of Gandhi? Who signed the Pune Pact with B.R. Ambedkar on behalf of Gandhi? Remember, the Pune Pact was signed in 1932. During that time, Gandhiji was in jail. Remember, Madan Mohan Mallavya signed the Pune Pact. Answer is Madan Mohan Mallavya signed the Pune Pact on behalf of Mahatma Gandhi with B.R. Ambedkar in 1932. Next question is by which plan India was partitioned? By which plan India was partitioned? The answer is Mountbatten Plan. Key facts: India was partitioned under the Mountbatten Plan. The plan came in June 3, 1947. Okay, this plan led to Indian Independence Act. By this plan led to Indian Independence Act 1947. Outcome divided British India into two independent nations, India and Pakistan. Remember, by this act, India divided into India and Pakistan. Here remember, Cabinet Mission Plan came in May 16, 1946, which led to formation of a Constituent Assembly. Cripps Mission, which came in 1942, August of 1940. Mountbatten Plan 1947. Remember this year. It is very important. Okay, so these are the 20 questions of Indian modern history starting from INC. Okay, if you like my video, please subscribe my channel and like my video and share my channel with your friends. Thank you. We'll see you in next session or next video. Thank you.